A tragic car accident on the winding road of Windcliff Ridge shocked the small town on the outskirts of London. What seemed like an unfortunate accident turned out to be a meticulously planned murder. Sarah Harris, the victim's wife, and her lover, David Carter, staged the perfect crime, turning her husband, John Harris, into the victim of a fatal accident. On a summer evening, on the treacherous turns of Windcliff Ridge, John Harris's car was discovered at the bottom of a deep ravine. His lifeless body lay next to the wreckage. With the dangerous terrain and no witnesses, police initially believed it was a case of lost control. But hidden behind this seemingly ordinary incident was a sinister plot orchestrated by Sarah Harris and her lover, David Carter. Sarah, 37, was a sharp and intelligent woman whose 15-year marriage with John had grown cold. Feeling neglected, she was drawn to David, a 28-year-old schemer, whose influence led her to make a fatal decision. The plot began when Sarah and David decided to eliminate John to seize his assets and start a new life together. Sarah was tasked with sedating John, while David prepared a car to stage the accident. On the fateful evening, Sarah offered John a glass of wine laced with sedatives. Once John was unconscious, she and David placed him in the driver's seat of his car. They drove to Windcliff Ridge, a notoriously dangerous road with sharp turns and steep drop-offs. At an unguarded bend, David steered the car off the road, sending it plunging into the ravine. The two fled the scene, confident that no one would suspect foul play. However, clues began to surface. Investigators noticed the absence of skid marks on the road, inconsistent with a typical case of losing control. A post-mortem examination revealed a high concentration of sedatives in John's system, making it impossible for him to have been driving at the time of the accident. Nearby surveillance cameras captured Sarah and David's vehicle leaving the area shortly before the incident was reported, drawing police attention to them. The breakthrough in the investigation came from a small but crucial detail: David's fingerprints on the steering wheel. When questioned, David initially denied any involvement, but under mounting evidence, he confessed to the entire plan. Sarah was arrested shortly afterward. The trial of Sarah Harris and David Carter drew significant public attention. In court, Sarah admitted her actions but claimed she had been manipulated by David. However, the court held both of them accountable for John's death. David received a life sentence, while Sarah was sentenced to 20 years in prison for her role as an accomplice.